Welcome to part 2 of the South Africa vlogs. We have a road trip with all of the snacks. We have chips, we have, most importantly, biltong, we have jelly tots,
more biltong,
and we have quite the drive ahead of us. This vlog is going to be very exciting because we are going to Kruger. We're going on the safari and yeah, we've got quite the drive. We've flown from Cape Town to Johannesburg and then we are driving to Kruger. And what is the name of the first camp? Skikuza is our first camp, our first destination, and we'll be there for 3 nights.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited. I am excited to see some animals and live my best Lion King life. We're here in Kruger Park. We've just checked in. I don't know, do you call it checking in?
Yeah.
And we're at the Malalan Gate.
Which is down here in the park.
Yeah, look how big the park is, guys.
That's only a third of it.
This is only a third of it?
Yeah, it goes up to.
Oh my gosh, it's so huge. And we're all the way down here. And where are we going? We're going to Skikuza. Skikuza.
Yeah, and there's been leopards seen on the drive today. And lion, just inside the gate.
Gosh, I'm so ready.
And yesterday too. So lots of leopard, lots of lion around.
Okay, Ellie's just gone to the bathroom. We're getting ready to go. And I've seen my first sighting at the gate. Can you guys see it? Oh, I can't even zoom that far. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's a warthog. In really bad quality.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light.
No, it's not allowed. You're not allowed to see that on the first day.
It's not even the first day, we're just driving to our camp.
So, yeah, I've been coming to the park for 25, 26 years. My whole entire life I've been coming to the park. And I've never seen anything like that. We just followed a leopard in the road 3 meters away from us for 500 meters.
We just crawled down the road with him.
And no, you're not allowed. It's not allowed. No, you can't. You don't appreciate how good that is.
But I do, because I've never seen a leopard.
No, you don't. It's not allowed. It doesn't count.
Guys, we just watched a hyena. A hyena just waltzed into the kitchen. Look, you can see it. What? Oh my gosh. That is hectic. There's 2 of them. You can see the bum of one there. And then the second one's just chilling. We need to talk about our day yesterday. 2 leopards. I didn't get a video of the second leopard because it was really far away in a tree, but we could see it really well in the binoculars. And the hyenas sleeping on the side of the road. The hyenas going into the restaurant. So as Ellie put it, what, you've been coming here for 26 years? Your entire life, pretty much. And how many times have you seen a leopard before?
Oh, honestly, like, you probably see a leopard on like less than 50% of the trips you come on. So it was, I've never had a leopard sighting like that. Like, you're just literally following them a meter away. I could have reached out the car and stroked it if I wanted to, if I didn't value my hand too much. Yeah, it was the most incredible sighting. And just, my parents managed to see the entire big 5 in a day. We just didn't see rhino, but like, to get that in 2 hours it's insane. Like, we could literally just go home now and be happy.
I've been preparing myself because a lot of people we've talked to are like, oh, like sometimes you go on a week-long trip and you don't even see anything. So I was like, gotta prepare myself, like don't get high hopes. And we saw so many things. There's so many things I didn't actually video as well, like the kuru.
Yeah, there was kudu, there
Yeah.
was lots of elephant, there was all sorts of stuff. It was crazy.
And now we are off to play golf, which should also be very exciting because I've heard there's lots of animals on the golf.
Yes, the golf course is completely unfenced. It's you actually basically playing out in the wilderness. So they often have like leopard and wild dog and stuff on the golf course itself. Well, not often, but they do have them there. So it will be pretty cool. So we'll definitely be in golf carts, and if you hit the ball into the rough, you just don't fetch it.
I see it in your eyes. Yeah, I can read the signs. You need to get away. It's time we make a change. Oh, you know you'll always have me. Baby, I will always stay with you. So put your trust in me. We'll work it out, you'll see. If we get in a car and drive someplace far, yeah, we could go for a ride. The two of us, we don't have to stop. Baby, let's go for a ride. You and I, let us run away. We can go where we want. I'll have your back if you'll have mine. You and I wanna leave everything behind. If you wanted to, promise you we will be alright. If it's you and I want you to myself.
It is now the next morning and we're having a classic Kruger start to our day. Woke up as the sun rose and I now have a bug in my window. This is not good for my audio. Shoe fly. Basically, when you're in Kruger, you want to wake up at sunrise because that's apparently when you get the best animal sightings because it's not too hot yet. So the idea is you go out for your game drives in the morning and in the evening before sunset. So that's what we're doing this morning, and we've just seen a leopard again just waltzing across the road in front of us. It was a big chunky boy today, and we saw some other things before that, but you know, when you see a leopard it kind of just makes the day and everything else seems not as impressive. Although that giraffe was pretty cool. It was just chilling in the middle of the road in front of Ellie's parents' car and like did not want to move. Hungry hippos.
Wanna leave everything behind. If you wanted to, promise you we will be alright. If it's you and I.
We've just come to a lookout and the sun is just dropping behind the cloud here. Lovely, lovely day in Kruger once again. This is beautiful. A little bit scary though. I'm like, is a lion gonna come eat me? Ooh, living life on the edge.
You and I.
Gonna stay in this moment. Gonna lay here on the grass.
This morning we found ourselves in the middle of a herd of elephants. This guy's just having his breakfast and blocking the road. Don't mind us, bro. We also almost got charged by an elephant. It like honked at us. What do you call an elephant? Trumpeted. And flared its ears and started moving towards us.
It was about 2 meters off the road, so pretty intimidating.
Yep. So now we really don't want to go anywhere near this guy. So we have made some progress. We've got some snacks. We've been waiting for this elephant to move so long. Now this guy is just waltzing on down the road. This other guy might want to move. We just watched this baby giraffe run across the road in the distance, and it runs like me. It's so uncoordinated and I love it. We've just had someone stop us coming the opposite direction, saying there's another herd of elephants blocking the road up ahead. You can see a few of them appearing now. I've officially seen my first snake and I'm terrified. We're being chased by yet another elephant. We interrupted this guy having a bath and he is not happy about it. He's just been beelining us and we've been reversing up this road. Off we go! The elephants do not like you. You can see out the back window, he is still following us all the way up the road. He is like, mate, get out of here.
People are going to think that this is literally just an elephant park.
It is now Tuesday and we have officially been in Kruger National Park for over a week. It's been a week. I haven't talked to the camera that much. The clips you've just seen in this montage I've kind of filmed over the last like 3 or 4 days, so don't worry, I didn't see all of those animals in one day. But we are currently at Satara. This is the name of the camp. This is our little hut behind us that we're staying in, and the last time I talked to you we were staying in Skukuza, so we went from Skukuza, drove up to Letaba. I'm just saying these camp names because they might be useful for some of you who are planning a trip. You can look them up on the map. Really enjoyed all of the camps we've been to. Letaba is where we saw the most majestic, beautiful lion, like literally the coolest lion sighting. I'd said to Ellie a few days ago, I'm like, I really want to see a lion with its beautiful mane just sitting right next to the road, and he was like, yeah right, whatever. And then a few days later it happened. So I have just been like super lucky and manifesting all of the good sightings on this trip. And we also saw another leopard there, which we've now seen 3 leopards on this trip, which is super rare. And again, it was another leopard that just walked across the road in front of us. You also will have seen we had some fun elephant encounters. All of the elephants are in musk at the moment, so they're kind of like super kind of like aggressive, a little bit possessive, looking for their mates. And yeah, we've had some experiences. And then after we'd been at Letaba, we went and stayed at Bululi for a night. Now Bululi is very off-grid, old school. They have no electricity, no internet. It's very basic. You're literally staying in this tiny little hut that I got some clips of. We had some gas freezers that we could use that were communal, and we basically had a lovely braai there, and they put little lamps out for you by your huts for lighting, and it was a really cool experience. I definitely recommend staying there. And we had an incredible sighting of a hyena which came right up to the fence line while we were cooking our braai, which was just a very airy experience. Apparently hyenas aren't like super aggressive towards like people unless you're like on the other side of the fence maybe and dangling some meat. But they're typically scavengers, which is why they're attracted to the braai and the smells of the meat cooking. So that was a crazy experience. What else have we seen? Oh, of course, the highlight yesterday. I didn't get any footage of this because I could only see it really through my binoculars, and it was a cheetah. Cheetahs move very fast, but we watched a cheetah, we followed it down the road, and we saw it kill an impala, which was just very cool to see the whole like natural wild experience of that. And seeing how he like got up, stretched his legs, kind of went round the outside of this open field and then chased into the impala. There was zebra and also wildebeest in the field as well. And then we actually ended up sitting there for a total of almost 3 hours watching this whole progress of the cheetah, and he ended up being in like a bush quite far away, so it's not like we could actually see the dead impala or anything, which was kind of nice for me, being like I've never seen it kill before. So we could just see him kind of like the blood on his face through the binoculars and everything, and we just hung around. We saw some jackal come along because they're obviously after the dead all the scavenged leftover bits of the kill. We waited around to see if we could see some hyena, but they didn't show up. But it was still really cool to just sit there and watch it all unfold, and that was a very incredible sighting. I know that's quite rare to see a cheetah and to see a cheetah killed. So that's pretty much what we have been up to, and now we're heading out again. Ellie's parents have gone home now, sadly, so we just have 2 more nights here on our own in Kruger Park, and let's make the most of it. Good morning! It is 4:30 a.m. in the morning. I'm looking fresh. We are up bright and early because we are going for a morning walk. I just realized I was talking really loudly and it's 4:30 and I'm outside. I'm going for a guided morning walk, which should be really cool because, as you know with Kruger, you're not actually meant to get out of your car. You spend the whole time in the car. You don't go for walks. So this should be a really cool experience. And yeah, let's see what we see in our walk. Last night at Kruger.
Yes.
Okay, I need to give you a little bit of a debrief on yesterday because It was seriously one of the coolest experiences of my life, our morning walk. It was really cool because you start off, obviously you saw by the video footage, driving in the dark, which gives you a little bit of a night drive experience, and you see some of the more nocturnal animals. So we saw Jeanette and a civet, so they're the really beautiful like cats, and that was really cool on its own. And then you drive for about 45 minutes, so the entire time you're watching the sun come up, and that was just beautiful because most mornings we've got up here, we've seen a really nice sunrise, but we haven't woken up at 4:30 to see it right from the beginning. We usually wake up at 6, as that's when the gates open. It was a little hard to get video of just because you had the floodlights from the van, and then that was all lit up in the grass, and then you had the sunset, so it was kind of like blowing it out, and it was weird lighting for my camera, but I really enjoyed that. Then the walk itself was so cool. You drove for 45 minutes and then did about just over 2 hours of solid walking. We did 10,000 steps, or just under 10,000 steps, which I thought was a pretty decent walk, a good effort. And most of the time you're just walking through like clear grasslands. You have to walk single file and you have to be silent so that the two rangers can hear for animals. And it was really interesting, like they're so well trained and they're so knowledgeable about all of the different sounds in the bushes, and you know, even the birds, listening to the birds and what their calls were kind of indicating. And we climbed up a few big rocks and stuff so we could have a look out, and we noticed some elephants, and we're like, oh, let's go walk over to the elephants. And as we were walking there, we heard a lion kill. It was this massive roaring and kind of fighting, and then this growling noise that lions make when they eat. And I thought we were turning around to walk away from the lions because the ranger was like, oh, we're going to adjust our route because that was just a lion kill. But apparently we were going to find the lions, which I didn't quite catch on to. So we basically followed the vague sound of where the lion was coming from. After a while it stopped making noise. So the ranger was obviously just walking to see if he could find them. And then we kind of came around a corner of a bush, and there they were. There was a big male lion at the back initially, but he ran off pretty quickly. As the ranger described, the male lions aren't as tough as the female ones, and they're a bit scared. So he ran off pretty quickly. The lioness was hanging around because she still had her kill under the bushes, and she had a whole bunch of little cubs following her, obviously having some breakfast as well. And so we kind of had this like standoff from maybe like 500 meters away, and you could get a really good look at her through the binoculars, and it was really cool. And the ranger's just like, oh, should we move closer then? And I'm just like, there's a lion in the wilderness who's just had a kill, and we're just gonna stroll up to it. Okay, this is weird. But you know, you have to trust the rangers, they're the experts, they've done this before. So we started moving closer, and we got to up, I reckon it was like 300 meters away, maybe 200-300 meters. And that's where you could see that shot where I zoomed in over someone's shoulder, because obviously I was hanging out at the back. I was still scared, and you could see how close this lioness was to us. And then eventually we got close enough that she got a little bit spooked, and she picked up her meat. You could see this carcass of an animal, and she ran off towards a tree in the distance, and you could just see the little ears of the cubs following her, which just was so cool. And the ranger explained that a lion wouldn't necessarily attack from there because that was just where they'd done their kill, and they felt quite vulnerable then. What she was doing was running back to a tree, so she felt like she had a stronger vantage point to attack. So if we'd followed her further to the trees, that's when we would have been in big trouble. But it was just such a cool experience, so wild, so cool to just be that close to an animal, just doing its thing, living its life. And before this trip I'd only ever seen lions and stuff in the zoo, in the Auckland Zoo, a couple of other zoos I've been to and elsewhere in the world, and it's always just behind, you know, a really big fence or a glass window. And just to see them roaming in the wild is absolutely beautiful and just not an experience I'm gonna forget. And then obviously yesterday we also saw that beautiful male lion just walking down the road on our way back to camp, which again was just so beautiful. Ali got a particularly nice shot on his phone. I was too busy panicking. I'm like such a panic photographer because I'm like, oh my god, get the shot. Which camera should I use? Which, do I do video? Do I do photos? What should I do? But Ali got this beautiful shot, which I'll probably pop onto my Instagram stories, that he took on his phone. And yeah, so that was yesterday. It was very, very cool. But overall, it's been a really, really cool trip. And I really, really want to come back to Kruger one day, hopefully soon. And hopefully this vlog has inspired some of you guys to make the trip out and to experience the amazingness that is Kruger and all of these beautiful animals living in the wild. I am just packing up. These are our little huts behind us, and we're about to check out and begin the journey home. We're going to be driving south all the way out through the park, and then we're lucky enough to be staying with one of Ali's friends in Nelspruit, I believe it's called. So we'll overnight there, and then we'll drive back to Johannesburg, where we fly back to Cape Town. So that is the end of this vlog. I'll probably put in any clips from our travel out of the park, because obviously we might see some things in. Make sure you check out part 1 of the South Africa vlog series if you haven't already, and subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.